Welcome back to another episode of the Off Market Operator Podcast. I am your host, Ruud-Johnson, and today's show, you guys, we are going to do another great Q&A episode. So without further ado, let's get right into the show. Well, welcome, guys. I am filming this on April 25th. First quarter flew by. We're coming up already on the first full month end of the second quarter. A lot of cool stuff happening, you guys, but I wanted to go over some common questions that I've been getting inside of coaching calls and groups and conversations that I've been having. One of the biggest questions that I get often is, what are the best ways to convert sellers, right? We're all struggling with seller conversion, doing deals at scale, right? Converting leads, converting opportunities. One of the biggest things that I can recommend to everyone is ensuring that you are being a real person and solving problems, right? So many of us, we get on this business and we look at our sellers like a check. Let's call as many people as we humanly can and hope they convert. Well, if you're listening to this today, stop treating people like a data point. A big thing I've been talking about in my coaching groups is treating every lead like your only lead. Treating every seller like your only seller. Because if I told you directly, hey, Steve, hey, Joe, hey, Bob, whoever's listening to this, if I told you that this guy, if you get a hold of him, he's a $50,000 check, you're going to do everything you can to get a hold of him. The second most important part is providing real solutions, being a person. Treat every person like you'd want your grandma to be treated. You guys are getting paid to deal with hairy real estate situations and hairy real estate deals. You're getting paid a lot of money to do that. $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. A lot of money. A lot of you guys are getting overpaid for the value you provide. Your value is in providing solutions. So provide some freaking solutions. Don't be afraid to hire a moving company for a seller. Don't be afraid to help a seller find their next apartment, the next place they're going to live. Don't be afraid to assist sellers clearing off liens, negotiating judgments. You want to be a full solution service provider. The people that think of their business as a solution providing service, they do a lot more deals. The guys that just are worried about their next check, not treating people like humans, they do not do nearly as many transactions. I promise you. I promise. I promise you guys, if you start thinking solutions, when you're on the phone with a seller, hey, let's be honest here. You're going through a gnarly situation where you have a bunch of liens on your property, but you need to sell because you're heading to pre-foreclosure. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Talk to them like a person. So many of us don't do that. Some of the best people that I know, one of the best salespeople I know in this industry, Elliot Smith, lives in the Tri-Cities. You won't meet a guy that presents himself as genuinely caring to these people more than him. He feels like a family member. He's warm, he's fuzzy, he's smiling, getting them to laugh. He's making them feel like their problems are lesser, and he's there to take them away and solve them. And that's what kills a lot of deals, just fear. Someone on our community call today asked me, hey, Cole, I got this seller who we agreed on price and I just can't get him to sign. I'm like, he's scared. He's scared. He's just scared. He doesn't know what's coming next. Most people sell 1, 2, maybe 3 homes their whole life. They're scared. They're upset. They don't know what's coming next. They're usually in a very hard financial or situational situation, and it's not a fun place to be. You guys are marketing to them, offering your service, which what you guys have told the world is helping them out. So freaking help them out. Stop looking at them like a $40,000 check. Start looking at them like a person, and you can solve their problems. Another very common question, when is it time to make that hire? And to me, guys, there's a couple of different ranges. I talk a lot about that on the show. But to me, when 40% of your time at the start is going towards a non-revenue generating task, it's time to hire that out once you have deals coming in. So if you're doing sales and dispositions, the things that actually make money, but as you're doing that and you get deals coming in, 40% of your time is going to marketing, hire that out. 40% of your time is going to admin and transaction coordination, hire that out. And then as you're growing your company, follow the spillover rule. What the spillover rule is, once a certain person in your business, 40% of their time is going towards doing someone else's job, doing a role of someone else, doing someone else's responsibilities. For example, if you have an admin virtual assistant that's doing your back office work, but now you're stretched super thin because you're scaling, and now 40% of the time for that person is going towards, let's say, for example, coordinating marketing campaigns. It might be time that you step in and you hire someone else if you can afford it to handle coordinating your marketing campaign. So follow the spillover rule. It's a great way to know when the right time to hire is. The next question, a very common question that I get and people ask at events or in person, if I'm a one-man show, how do I allocate my time? How do I prioritize who to call, who to talk to, where my energy should be going? And a lot of these people were working jobs. So if you're working a job, essentially the same applies. But what you should focus on, the first thing you need to do when you show up in the morning is focus on your hot leads. Mornings and evenings are the best. So I call mornings and evenings hot leads and new leads time. So 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. should be your hot lead and new lead time. Right? I'm calling my hot leads and my new leads because it's my best chance of getting them back on the phone, setting an appointment, or working them through the process on the phone. Also new leads, my new opportunities. I got to prioritize them. Middle of the day can be prospecting / admin work. Okay, so prospecting, that's cold calling yourself if you don't have cold callers. It could be launching new marketing campaigns. Also admin time. It could be doing transaction coordination if you haven't hired that stuff out. And then evenings after hours is working on your business. Okay, so if you're just starting out, you don't have a W-2, you should be working on your business after hours, not business hours, not when you can be talking to sellers and working in the business. You need to work in the business until you can work on the business. One day your working hours will be able to go to working on the business, but for now you need revenue, you need money. I'm never scared to get back and take a sales call. In fact, today I had 3 sales calls for one of my companies, right? I'm never afraid to get back on the phone, to get back in the business, to generate revenue. I enjoy that. That fires me up. I like closing deals, right? Working on the business is needed. It's fun. It's what you need to scale, but it's a lot more challenging and difficult. So there's absolutely zero things wrong with working both on and in your business. Again, to paraphrase that again for you, morning time, if you're a one-man show hustling, should be hot leads and new leads. Evening, hot leads and new leads. Middle of the day, admin work and prospecting, and that'll give you a good sample size. And if you're working in W-2, you just got to build around it. Right? If you're working in W-2 in the morning, you can be making your hot lead follow-ups, your warm lead follow-ups, as well as your new leads. In the evening, same thing. You just got to find the time, right? You got to sacrifice. Everyone goes through that phase. For me, that was, from 18 to 21, driving to a personally guaranteed office I had in Renton with a constant rotating door of people because I had no idea how to hire, train, delegate, and manage. I had no idea what I was doing, right? When I'm 30, looking back on myself at 25 recording this video, I'm probably going to say the same thing. I had no idea what I was freaking doing. I was lost. That's the cool thing though. You want to be able to look back and feel that way. And I do genuinely feel that way. But that was my, paying the piper, paying the price, your rite of passage. It should be hard. It should eliminate people. You should have to go through and suffer, right? There's the billionaire, one of the new companies, the super popular like AI company, NVIDIA or whatever it is. He talked about it. Someone interviewed him, said, hey, what's one piece of advice you'd give to your kids? He said, you should suffer. You should suffer. It's what builds character. It's what builds wisdom. It's what builds confidence, which lets you get through, oh, I went through another hurdle. Cool. That wasn't an issue. And on to the next one. That's what business is. You're paid to solve problems. You're paid to go through painful things. You're paid to deal with a lot of BS. That's the reality of the situation. We all deal with a lot of BS. Another question that I get a lot is around finance, right? How do you do finance right in real estate? There's a great book called Profit First for Real Estate Investors. That's helped me. It's helped a lot of people, helping you understand if you're a wholesaler like me, I'm a wholesaler, right? I don't say I'm a flipper. I'm not a developer because I'm not those things. I have really no idea how to flip a house or do development. What I do know how is to source deals, build pipeline, and in any asset class, you tell me, hey, go source 3 self-storage deals in Arkansas. I'm doing that next month. I know how to do it. I know how to set up the systems, the team, the cold calling, the marketing. I know how to get that done. But I'm not going to go flip, operate, sell that deal. I'm not going to do a syndication. I'm not going to do what I'm not good at. So finance-wise, one, follow that, but also do what you guys are good at. Like one of the main reasons you guys fail isn't because you suck. There's too many ways to succeed. There's too many things being thrown down your throat. And the reality is all these gurus and coaches, they're just throwing out insane things because it creates decision fatigue. It creates confusion when you're having so many voices tell you so many things that you're going to go pay the person you trust the most to tell you what to do. And you know what they're going to tell you to do? What's already probably on YouTube. But you're just feeling overwhelmed. So do not cost yourself thousands of dollars by feeling overwhelmed. Stick to something, choose something. I said on an Instagram post this week on my story, it takes 4 years, right? Stick to something for 4 years. If you're going to live for 60 more years, if you're in your 20s or 50 more years or your 30s or 40 more years, whatever it is, if you're going to live decades more, spend 4 years on one thing. Give it a real run. Give it a real shot. Do not be the entrepreneur that's chasing golden object syndromes and you're killing your business because you're bored. It's one of the main things my business coach tells me is, hey, Cole, do not ruin your business. Do not kill your business. Do not go out of business because you're bored. Another one of my business coaches, Christian Ruff, who I love, one of the things he actually put out today on Twitter that I love how he says is, it's one of the hardest skills an entrepreneur has to master is boredom. Think about that. Once you built the systems, once you built the process, once you built the teams, once you're not solving problems your team is, what do you do with yourself? Right? When you're working on when you have smooth sailing. Entrepreneurs want to destroy stuff. We want to move on to the next thing. We like the chaos. If you're a startup owner, you started and launched a business, you like the freaking chaos. Admit it, I do. And a lot of times we destroy things. We add on things that are already working just because we like chaos, and that destroys our team's focus, our ability to focus. And one of the main pieces of wisdom all experienced entrepreneurs will tell you is focus. No one ever got rich doing syndication, development, fix and flipping, multifamily, wholesaling at one time. They got rich by doing wholesaling, building a company around that, then building a flipping department 4 years in, then getting really good at flipping, and then doing development deals, then doing syndication. They did them sequentially, not horizontally. Remember that. They did them sequentially, not horizontally. Right? They went deep on one thing and then went a little wider. Deep on that next thing, then went a little wider. They didn't stack 9 things on top of each other at one time, which that's the hard part about Instagram and Twitter. It's BS. It's not real. Do not follow it. It's not going to help you get to where you want to go. Another one I get asked at a lot of events in my DMs all the freaking time is how long does it take? Right? How long does it take to get that first deal? And my answer is always, it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter if it takes 2 months, 6 months, 9 months. I know guys that got a $200,000 assignment fee 3 months in and are no longer in business. Then I know guys like myself, it took me 6, 8 months to get my first deal and get money in my pocket. I'm still in business. So your first deal timeline you shouldn't really care or worry about that. You're one deal away from changing your life forever, but a lot of times quick money doesn't last long. Slow building that foundation. I'm grateful that it took me a while to figure things out, and I'm still figuring things out every day. That's what entrepreneurship is. I say it a lot. 98% of the time, you're going to feel like you're losing. 1% of the time, you're going to feel like you kind of maybe have it figured out. And 1% of the time, you're actually going to feel like you're winning. And that 1% is worth all the other 99%. It's worth it. It's like sports, football, basketball, whatever you played in high school. Practice sucks. Running sprints suck. Running line sucks. Lifting weights suck. That's 95% of it. I was obsessed with basketball, and now it's kind of translated to golf. But running sprints sucked. Lifting weights sucked. Being in an empty gym sucked. That's not where the glory is. It's not where the fanciness is. That's not where the sexiness is. I fell in love with that over time because that's what led to the result, the 95%. Same thing here. 99% of your time, you're going to feel like you either maybe have it or you don't have it at all. And you have to get used to that feeling. It's super, super important. So back to the question, how long is it going to take you? I don't know. Even if you've already done 10 deals, how long is it going to take you to get to $1 million, $2 million, $5 million? It's going to take as long as it takes. It's a skill issue. It's a process issue, right? If you are working 12 hours a day, today I've put in probably a 12-hour day already. And that's okay because I'm probably not working fully optimally. You guys probably aren't working fully optimally. Something to constantly look at is building leverage. And there's 4 types of leverage: content, code, collaboration, and capital. Code, software, tools, AI, automation; content, trainings for you and your team; content out to the world, testimonials, reviews, case studies. Collaboration is hiring, team building, culture. And you have capital, raising money. A lot of you guys that are listening to this, you use hard money, private money to do a lot of deals. That's a big item of leverage. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. It just matters. It's going to take what it takes. You guys got to keep showing up, keep doing what you do to get there. And that's the important piece of all this. Think about this. With this off-market operator show you guys are listening to, I've been doing this show a little over a year now, about 100 episodes in. It's not anything big yet. Like we have 50, 60,000 all-time downloads. I mean, it's not a small show, and we have big spikes, and it does well. It does, bring value to what I do and who I am and my community and what I'm building, and distribution and employment opportunities for people. And I'm able to hire through this and create a lot of opportunity for myself and my team, my companies. But it's a slow burn. Business is a slow burn, right? Doing anything meaningful on a long timeline that's valuable is a slow burn, right? Selling e-com stores and scamming people, which is what a lot of people do, isn't that complicated. It's not that hard, right? It's quick money. Building a foundation, building a business, getting rich slow, right? Get rich slow, but get rich for sure. All this stuff people are doing, e-commerce, Forex, TikTok shop, all this kind of crap, they're getting rich quick. A lot of them that won't last, but they're not getting wealthy for sure. So stop focusing on getting rich quick and start focusing on getting wealthy for sure. Stop worrying about having that Ferrari a year from now and start worrying about having your expenses paid for by owning real estate 20 years from now. That's the game you should be playing and enjoying that game. So that is where we're going to leave it today, you guys. Some things that are very valuable for you guys that I hope help you continue to grow your business. Wherever you are listening to this, we don't grow this show with paid ads or anything of the kind. This show only grows from word of mouth organically. So tell a friend, tell a family member, post it on your story. It means the world. I listen to all your DMs if you listen to the show. Shoot me a message. Let me know advice or who you want to see on the show. Keep kicking ass, keep growing. As I always say, you are only one freaking deal away.